Hello friends, welcome to my today's talk on how to diagnose oral cancer. Myself Dr. Hemant Bhavnerkar. I am an oral and maxillofacial surgeon from Mumbai. Let us start. As we know, oral cancer is a very common pathology associated with oral cavity, and almost 10 lakh cases per annual we can see in India. So let us learn how to diagnose this pathology, oral cancer. What are the risk factor? What are the diagnostic aids available? And what are the clinical features and how we can plan the treatment? Let us start. As a risk factor, we all know that tobacco is a most important and the key uh, risk factor for having a oral cancer. Other than that, chewing of betel nut, then excessive consumption of alcohol, they are additive to form a oral cancer. Then in research, there are many references are there that human papilloma virus is also associated with lip and tongue oral cancer. Then long term oral cavity injury, people with history of cancer, exposure of harsh sun rays, UV rays, and unhealthy diet, weak immune system, and oral cancer run in the families are the predisposing factor for having a oral cancer. In summary, the tobacco, betel nut, pan, supari, khena chewing, alcohol consumption, Lyme, aging processes, and the some viruses like human papilloma viruses are common factor associated with oral cancer. Let us see what are the common site in oral cavity having a oral cancer pathology. Most commonly, tongue is a common region, mostly lateral part of the tongue, vestibule of the oral cavity, mandibular vestibular oral cavity. Mostly because of this is the region where people keep the tobacco or pan. So that's why the tobacco keratosis or the tobacco pouch is initiating pathology, and if not, do not seize his history, uh, then it will convert it into the oral pathology. And what are the other common region for the oral cancer? The gums, maxillary gum area, hard palate area, involvement of tonsillar area, and the oropharyngeal area and the pharynx area are the also common region for formation of oral cancer. Let us see what are the clinical diagnostic aid. With the help of history, we can able to diagnose the history of habit of a patient. So we can know the how the patient is, which type of tobacco habit he is having, what is the frequency he is having the tobacco or smoking, etc. But on examination, we should see the main 8 part of the oral cavity where a small nodular or small pathology, mass like pathology can occur. In these eight region are mostly common. So for that we can able to diagnose pathology in earlier stage. Generally, the tongue pathology and the palatal pathology are like this. Let us see what are the 8 steps to for screening of oral cancer. First, whenever patients come to you, we should see the maxillary vestibular area and the gingival area and maxillary anterior area. We should palpate the maxillary lip with the help of our 2 fingers, so we can able to see there is any hidden lumps inside the soft tissue or not. Then most commonly and the most important is buccal vestibule, buccal mucosa. Then come to the lower part, mandibular part. Let us see again of anterior mandibular vestibule, lower lip, then posterior vestibule. Then next is in having a palatal region. Then in pharyngeal area, oropharyngeal area, we can help you take a help from endoscope or a deep tongue blade to depress the tongue and see the posterior wall of the pharynx area. Then floor of the tongue is also important to diagnose. We should do not skip the floor of the tongue. Then lateral border of tongue and the tongue part we can able to palpate with the help of our finger for identification of small nodular pathologies. What are the symptoms of oral cancer? Generally, patients come to us with the complaint of long-standing ulcers, which are not healing with the help of many treatment or home remedies and the self-medication. But due to more than 2 to 3 weeks, it not healing, or more than that time, they are converted into red and white patches. If still they are ignored, they can become a mass-like structure. Mostly such a mass or lump or the swelling like structure appears in the oral cavity, vestibule, tongue and the palatal region. If they are increased and they metastatize, then it will transfer to the our neck lymph nodes also. It will involve the lymph nodes also. So we should palpate the neck lymph nodes also, like submental lymph node, submandibular lymph node, post cervical lymph node and the neck lymph nodes. Then what are the main three common presentation inside the oral cavity of the oral cancer? First, it will start with the ulceration form, then in the red and white patches form, and if do not treat, then it will convert into lumps or the thick pathology growth like structure. So this is a main oral cancer symptom. Once we diagnose the pathology as a oral cancer on the clinical and history basis, then what we should do? We should plan a biopsy as soon as possible, right? So what type of biopsy we can do in our clinic, right? The first most important is incisional biopsy with the help of BP handle and blade. In this picture, the surgeon is taking a incisional biopsy with the pathologic tissue and the surrounding a good tissue. So the specimen can be sent to the histopathological lab and for the its examination, right? What the other type of biopsy? Then another important biopsy is punch biopsy. Here in this picture, the patient is having a white color plaque or the white color structure on the lateral border of tongue. With the help of this punch, it's general surgeon, what they do, they rotate the punch so the it will go inside and take out the tissue from there like this, and thus specimen sent to the lab putting in the formalin solution. On the histology basics, such a what it shows mostly a breach in the basement membrane, involvement of connective tissue and the many dysplastic structure. So mostly for permanent diagnosis or 100% diagnosis, the biopsy is playing a key role, right? On the basis of biopsy, we should plan a further treatment. After the biopsies results come, patient also refer for the radiological diagnosis. What are the histological different types of oral cancer? The main three types are well differentiated squamous cell carcinomas, moderately differentiated squamous cell carcinomas, and the poorly differentiated squamous cell carcinomas. The mostly the cellular structure are same, but as its involvement is more, so it become a poorly differentiated, like increase the cell and nuclear ratio, then the involvement of basement membrane and involvement of connective tissue, etc. Here this is a histological slide of basaloid squamous cell carcinoma. This is a varicose carcinoma. Other variants of oral cancer are spindle cell carcinomas, papillary carcinomas, adenosquamous carcinomas, acanthomatous carcinomas, and cuniculator carcinomas. Then what are the radiological aids we can tell patients to do for the diagnosis and its identification of extent? These are main these are CT scan, MRI and the PET scan. Here patient, this is MRI axial slice of the patient, giving a diagnosis of having a pathology on the lateral border of tongue going to extend to the posterior part of the base of the tongue. It is almost a 3.4 centimeter in maximum length. Here the classification of also radiologists reported like T2, N1 and M0. Besides MRI scan, CT scan are also helpful for identification of hard tissue involvement or the bony involvement. In this region, this is the T1 size of pathology involvement of base of the tongue, right? And in same patient sent for the PET scan for identification of its extent or the involvement of lymph node. What generally PET scans show? PET scans show the hotspot like this, correct? So PET scan is very important and advanced technique for identification of exact location and the metastasis inside the lymph node, right? On these slides, the we can able to see the neck lymph node is involvement is here, right? But we cannot see the border of the its involvement, correct? Here the PET scan show the large hotspot with its border, and it's confirmed that the this lymph node is involved inside the neck, correct? So the MRI, CT scan and the PET scan are the key radiological aid for identification and the finding the extent of the oral cancer, correct? Let us see a clinical presentation. Here the base of tongue is involved. This is almost a 1.5 to 2 centimeter of pathology involvement of base of the tongue. These are the rolled border. The lesion is mostly asymmetrical on the both the side and having a red and white color patches here. So mostly such a patient required a hemiglossectomy or total glossectomy also. Here the lateral border of tongue and the base floor of the mouth is also involved. So and mostly in such cases the alveolar bone is also involved. So with the glossectomy, patient may require a mandibulectomy also or hemimandibulectomy also. Here patient having the anterior pathology, maxillary anterior vestibule and the inside lip region is involved. Mostly alveolar bone and the floor of nasal cavity and the anterior wall of maxillary sinus is also involved. In such a cases, hemimaxillolectomy will be required like this, okay? Generally inside the India, mostly patient keep the tobacco inside the vestibular region. So mostly we are having a patient like this, having a large lump like structure on the posterior vestibular mandibular vestibular region like this. These are mostly appear like non-healing ulcer, long-standing ulcer, and mostly such a cases extend to the and involve to the alveolar bone also. Such a patient not only the soft tissue resection required but also the bony resection is also required in these patients. Apart from the surgery, such a patient many times required a radiology and chemotherapy also. For more detailed surgical planning, radiotherapy and chemotherapy we will see in detail in my next video on oral cancer. Thank you for today from oral surgery and beyond. Subscribe and like and share my YouTube channel for more learning. Thank you.